Good morning. So today we're going to talk about preparing for your first triathlon. So this is assuming that you have never done a triathlon, maybe you've never even gone to watch one. You barely know what's going on, even if you come from a swimming or running or cycling background. So let's walk you through it. The first thing, number one, if you have never done an open water swim and your triathlon that you intend to do is an open water swim, you absolutely have to go out and practice at least a couple times in open water so that you can get used to the feeling of not seeing the lane lines, not having a line under you, not having a wall to grab onto. That is the number one hurdle for newer triathletes where they think they're a good swimmer. They've been training in the pool 3 times a week or twice a week. They get out to open water and it's a complete crap show. So absolutely get to open water and prepare for that. Your local area probably has clinics that are put on by coaches like myself. We offer clinics, but they're there for that reason so that you don't experience the downside of not being prepared for open water. So that's number one. Number two is you need a working bike. So let's say you have 2 months to prepare, hopefully a little more, but let's say it's 2 months. It doesn't have to be a $8,000 triathlon bike, but you need a bike that is working, the brakes are functional, the gears shift without any problem, and you also need a helmet, like a good, rated helmet. So you can't be riding around without a helmet. That's a really bad idea. Good helmet, adjust the chin strap so that's appropriate, and then a working bike. Now, there's a big difference between a fat tire mountain bike and a road bike or a triathlon bike. But for your first race, honestly, it doesn't really matter unless you are riding in extreme hills where the weight of the bike would matter, in which case you probably don't want to be on a mountain bike. But first triathlon, just make sure it works. Tires are adjusted well prior to the race, and you're in good shape. Now for the run, the great thing about the run is once you're there, you don't have to run. If you want to walk, or do a walk jog, you're good to go because whether it's a 2 mile or a 5K, all you have to do is get from point A to point B. You don't have to run if you're not a runner. That's a wonderful thing about your first triathlon. Now, if you are a little more competitive or you're younger and athletic, of course you want to run. So, in order to prepare for that, you need to do a few brick workouts, which means you go out and bike 10 or 15 miles and then you run 10 to 20 minutes off the bike. If you don't prepare with some bricks, when you get to the run in your first race, it is going to feel horrible, and that is not fun. So, prepare by doing a brick every weekend or every other weekend for a few weeks, right? So bike 10 to 15 miles, run 1 to 2 miles off the bike. You can start with an easy run and build it to a moderate to moderate hard run. Number 4.5, whatever number I'm on. You need to have some nutrition plan for the day. You need to have a light breakfast, maybe a snack with 30 to 45 minutes to go before your first race, and then have at least a water bottle on your bike. It doesn't have to be sports drink. A sprint triathlon is not that long, so you don't absolutely need a sports drink, but a sports drink is probably not a bad idea. Have the water bottle, drink out of it at least a couple times throughout the bike ride. If you're so new to biking that you're afraid to grab the bottle, which I totally understand, then drink some before getting on the bike and then drink more when you get off the bike so that you are not getting very dehydrated. And then the fifth or sixth or seventh item, depending on how my list went there, have fun. You don't need to stress about this. You're there to compete for fun and fitness. You hang out with your buddies. Hopefully you can go with a group to your first race. And just enjoy this. Enjoy the scenery. Enjoy the time. Don't put too much performance pressure on yourself. Just finishing the race is your accomplishment for your first triathlon. Like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed that. Take care.